The RBC Heritage less than a month away. David Lepore with a little golf lesson for us to get us ready.
Hi everybody, David Lepore back with some more TPI fitness exercises. As mentioned prior, the golf fitness is so important in order to succeed in hitting a golf ball. And if the body isn't cooperating and it's not ready, it's really going to be hard to hit good shots. So what does it mean to have golf fitness? Well, in this particular segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the deep overhead squat, we're going to talk about balance, and we're going to talk about the rotational move of the body. It's important to understand that the body is the stable part of the golf swing, and the hands and arms and golf club work off of that stability. If you're not stable and you're moving all over the place, the poor hands and arms can't quite figure out what's going on, even though they're trying to hit the golf ball. So here's how we're going to check with a little bit more stability in the golf swing in TPI fitness world. So one of the tests that we do is called a quarter rotation test, where we put the club across our trunk and then we rotate, and we're going to need like 40 to 45 degrees internally, and then we're going to rotate 40 degrees externally. Now when we do this TPI fitness screen, we always do both sides of the body, okay, because we want to see if there's any limitations, and doing this with your hands and arms is not really stretching. So that's called the lower quarter rotation test. Now the next test, and I kind of like this one myself, this is called a torso rotation. Now I start square, I'm 0, and then in the backswing my lower body stays still, and I want to see how my upper body turns. You know, in the golf swing, we're looking for about 40 degrees here and about 70 or 80 degrees with our chest. But this test is just the upper body turning right and then turning left. Again, this is called torso rotation test with no lower body. Don't cheat and move everything all over the place. It's not going to help. The next TPI fitness screen exercise is called the deep overhead squat. And this is a very difficult one. It's really important though. It's probably the most important of the 15-point screen that we do. The deep overhead squat takes the club, you take the club like this is a stretching pole, and you put it over your head, and I'm going to show you the profile of what it looks like. Feet are shoulder width, hands and arms right above your shoulders, and you do a deep squat where your trunk goes below your knees, okay? Now, I would say that I almost passed it. My heels need to stay on the ground, so I'm super close to getting there. That's important because when we hit a golf ball, we're supposed to be back in our left heel or our lead heel at impact. And if you're tight in the hamstrings or lower back and you lose your balance when you hit a golf shot, chances are you can't really do a deep overhead squat. Super important. Okay, now a popular stretching or a fitness screen exercise is the balance. This is called single leg balance. So what Titleist Performance Institute requires from us is standing on either foot for 20 seconds, but here's the trick. You're supposed to close your eyes. So I've got my eyes closed, and this is called proprioception balance. It's balance where I don't need my eyesight. Now you might say, well, why is that important? Well, when you hit a golf shot and you swing hard, and you're moving left or toward your target, you really have to have some containment or some balance. And people always ask me, why should I hold my finish until the ball hits the ground? And quite honestly, the answer is so you're accountable for your golf swing, okay? You want to show balance and you want to show integrity in your golf swing, so impact is the same. And if you're all over the place and you're losing your balance, it's really hard to maintain quality impact. So that's called the single leg balance test. One last tip I want to give you is this stretching pole. Okay, so this is called a Randy Myers golf stretching pole. He's a famous fitness person, a big TPI person, by the way. This is about 8 feet, and I absolutely love this thing. I love it for lots of different stretches, like the shoulder stretch here to here. I love it for I call it the triangle stretch, flat back, straight arms, straight knees, and I move my hips a little bit. And then of course the golf swing stretch, where I get my grip, I take it back, you notice I have shoulder tilt, and then I turn my hips just a little bit toward the target, okay? That's a really good way to stretch and warm up. So again, this is called the golf stretching pole. I use it all the time for stretching and hitting golf balls. Good luck with those tips. Keep working on your health fitness, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, David. We want to thank all of our guests for making us just a little bit smarter over the last 30 minutes, and we certainly thank you for joining us. If you missed anything at all, we'll be back in just 90 minutes. I'm Bob Stevens.